Thank you. Tonight on BBC London, a special investigation. It has to be seen to be believed.
This is astonishing.
The Londoner who found tons of soil dumped in his bedroom by cannabis crooks who posed as tenants in his North London home.
I did break down. It hit me pretty hard. I mean, this specifically, this was my bedroom, and now it's this.
He's not the only one. We expose how others are falling victim to rental fraud by drug criminals. Also coming up. Hello and a very warm welcome to the programme. We start tonight with an exclusive report on how Londoners are being targeted by criminals posing as tenants in order to use their homes to grow illegal drugs. Imagine finding your home, which was let out for a few months while you were abroad, had been turned into a cannabis farm with tons of soil dumped everywhere. That's what happened to one family in North London. And this type of rental scam linked to the drug trade appears to be on the rise. Here's our investigations reporter, Guy Lynn.
Yeah, I walked in and first thing was the smell. You could just smell everything. All the weed, all the human stuff.
Yeah.
And then all the soil. I could smell the soil. And then there was a big curtain here that was being sucked in.
This is astonishing.
Yeah. So they had fans going, the lights were going.
Then you go into this room and look what you see here.
And then I turned the lights on and oh my God. It's like 3 feet of soil on the top floor of the house at that. Like, why even do this?
Charles thought his home was being rented out whilst he was abroad to a family. The reality, it was overrun by drug criminals. Posing as tenants, they set up an elaborate scheme to steal electricity and power a ventilation system and grow cannabis with a street value, it's estimated, of tens of thousands of pounds, which Charles has only just discovered.
I did break down. It hit me pretty hard. I mean, this specifically, this was my bedroom, and now it's this. Like, I'm surprised the floors are even withstanding all this stuff.
Rewind a year. For Charles, his wife and daughter, this was a happy family home in North London. They advertised it for rent online when they had to return to the USA. An agent approached them with supposedly high-flying tenants who worked in the city. But that was a lie. Those who lived here paid no rent. The agent's website was fake, and their home ended up looking like this.
When you're dealing with property, particularly a home that you have been in for, nearly 20 years and raising your child in, and it was pretty horrific to feel like, you were kind of attacked at the core, that inner core, that sanctum of that place of comfort that we would rely on being in the city. It's our home. Very emotional.
And is this family alone? Sadly not. We're aware of numerous people this has happened to. A horrible crime that takes place in people's homes, out of view and under the radar.
The rent property is abandoned.
According to this expert, we're seeing more rental scams linked to cannabis farms in properties while owners are away. And criminals, including those who produce the drug for profit, exploiting the time it takes to evict problematic tenants.
The profits that can be generated, if you produce a successful crop within, a 3-bedroom semi-detached house, you might yield a crop of cannabis that's worth £30,000 to £40,000 in a single crop. So you offset that against the risk of detection. They know that the legal system, if they stop paying the rent, they change the locks on the property, they stop paying the rent, the reality is that they're not going to be evicted. The legal process for eviction takes so long that they have ample opportunity to complete the crop and then disappear.
Hello.
Charles arrived back from the USA at his own house, after applying for a court order to evict those who'd been there for months and not paid a penny.
This is my house, and I just won it yesterday in court.
Yeah?
Yes.
The tenant comes out and is a bit disingenuous about the state of the enormous cannabis factory behind the doors.
What's the condition of the place like inside?
What do you mean?
Is it bad in there? Is it okay? I haven't seen the inside
Or
because we've not been allowed.
my room is, my floor is alright. Just 30 minutes, I will come back.
Okay. I'll be right here.
You won't be surprised to hear the tenant was never seen again, nor were the many others who were apparently living here,
Oh, geez.
who Charles is about to discover have turned his house into an illicit drugs den.
They're growing weed in here. I'm calling the police right now. Emotionally, it feels like my home has been defiled. Yeah, that's what it feels like. You know, just the damage and the dirt. Just all this dirt everywhere. And this is the first real home I ever had.
And in terms of getting it back to normal again, that's not a small amount of.
No,
and no one's giving you that money. You have to find that from someone, don't you?
yeah. So we're out all the money from the rent. There was no deposit. Now we also have to pay to have builders come in and spend 2 months trying to.
How much do you estimate that's going to be?
About 20-30 grand.
Police told the couple it was one of the worst cases of this kind of crime that they've seen, and say the matter is still being investigated. This innocent landlord and lots of others picking up the pieces of this kind of growing drug crime.